In April, government released about 165 million shillings to all districts to help in the fight on the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. This was part of the 304 billion shillings that was passed by Parliament to combat the spread of the pandemic. However, almost 3 weeks after the release of the funds, a number of districts have still failed to utilize these funds due to conflicting guidelines from two government ministries.
The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development gave guidance on how this money should be used. There is again another guidance from the Ministry of Local Government on the same money.
About 2 weeks ago, the Ministry of Local Government issued a directive to all the districts in Uganda, and also they came with a detailed outline of how this money should be broken down and spent, including showing what percentage should go to what specific area. Later on, we have so far received about 3 different guidelines from the Ministry of Finance. But when you study this guideline, it contradicts a lot of the directives from the Ministry of Local Government. So we are concerned.
In a letter dated 14th of April 2020 and signed by the Permanent Secretary to the Treasury, Keith Mohakanizi, all local government accounting officers were instructed to ensure all funds received under the financial year 2019-2020 are warranted by Friday the 24th of April 2020. This also included the 165,530,299 shillings supplementary that was provided for combating the COVID-19 pandemic for each district local government. According to guidelines from the Ministry of Finance, 50% of the money is to cater for allowances of the district task forces, 30% for fuel and lubricants, while 20% goes to welfare and entertainment. However, in another letter from the Ministry of Local Government dated 14th of April 2020, the following guidelines were to be adhered to. Facilitation for district task force activities and allowances should not exceed 10% of the total allocation. Facilitation of subcommittees who will be carrying out activities across the local government and at lower levels should not exceed 20%. Fuel for all operations should not exceed 40%. Vehicle maintenance should not exceed 20%, while the remaining 10% should be utilized for information and communication-related activities, as well as emerging necessities and essentials which are not provided for under any other allocation.
At the moment, appropriation and allocations of this money, if we are to go by these 2 guidelines, it may result into an audit query either by central government, which is the Office of the Auditor General, or by our own internal systems.
Some of the leaders are concerned that the conflicting guidelines hampers efforts of the district COVID-19 task forces in fighting the pandemic.
We are here actually with the people who are willing to work, but without the resources and the enabling environment for them to perform their job.
It's important for Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Local Government to harmonize their position. This contradiction is going to cause problem because we are dealing with lives. We are supposed to work tirelessly to make sure the population is safe. And this money issue should not turn into a big source of problem.
With just less than 55 days to the close of the current financial year, some districts are worried that the 165 million shillings might not be fully utilized unless the 2 ministries harmonize the guidelines. Nelson Omoya, NTV.